independent, and the moderator variable categorical. So I suggested, so we should use the factorial ANOVA, factorial ANOVA, ANOVA instead of multiple regression analysis, because in this technique the interaction effect, by default we get the interaction effect. Okay. And second, the predictor variable. One predictor variable, predictor means iv iv continuous and moderator categorical. Okay, the second condition, this x, this is continuous, it is categorical, and y continuous. Okay, so this is this case. So here we use multiple regression analysis to find the interaction effect, multiple regression. And third condition, the one predictor means both predictors continuous, means this moderation, this iv independent variable, and dv always continuous. Okay, so here this is continuous, continuous, and continuous. So today I will discuss the two techniques: one predictor independent variable, that is continuous, and another moderator variable categorical, and second, the independent variable continuous and moderator variable continuous. Okay, so I start both the technique in with process macro. So, so how to perform it in a process macro? So analyze the it is a case study of the salary, that is dependent variable, dv dependent variable, and x number of experience, number of years in employment, and m is categorical. So it's a case, a type 2 case. So in this case study you can see the moderator variable, that is categorical, and both the dependent and independent variable continuous. So how to perform it and check the interaction effect? Analyze, then regression, and you go for process macro. Okay, analyze, regression, process macro. So then salary dependent variable, experience independent variable, x I am transferring here, and gender, that is moderator variable to category. So I am transferring here moderator variable w. Okay, this is model number one. So yesterday I told you there are lots of model in mediation and moderation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So before applying the particular technique, we should select our model, which model, in which model we are working. Okay, so we are working with model number one. So, and then about, nothing to do here, and then options, so nothing to do, and then multi-categorical. So we do not need to do anything, because we use this when in a moderator variable 3 or more category, but in our case we have two category, means male and female. So I do not need to use it, and then okay. And after okay, we will see the output. So I'm just stop sharing this slide and showing you the output. So my output, now this is output, you can see the output. Okay, So in this output, you can see the interaction effect. So I read the output. So you can see model 1, the y dependent variable, x independent variable, m moderator variable. Okay, and the sample size 50, r, this is multiple r, and r square is r square r square. Repeat the uh, have process 33 plugin how to install. Okay, I will repeat it. Okay, no problem. So this, so I am interpreting the output. So here the multiple r value, it is 0.88. It is good. When we square of this, we obtain the r square. R square basically coefficient of determination. Coefficient of determination tell us कि these two variables uh, are influencing the outcome variable, and total variance in the outcome variable 77.81%. Okay, and this is mean square error for f value, and we check this value. We need this value, and p should be significant. It means less than 0.05. So there is no problem. Now model 1, this is our coefficient intercept. Another very independent variable, it is the independent x, and the p value of this. What is the p value? P value is 0.0001, means less than 1, less than 0.05. It means significant difference. But moderator means gender was the moderator in our study, and it is not significant. This is not significant. And the interaction term, the interaction, whether interaction means multiplication of x and m, whether it is significant or not. No, it is not significant. Not significant, it means our moderator variable not working. So whether the multiplication of independent variable and moderator variable significant means r square. So it is very less. 0.0032 means 0.32%, 0.32%, less than 1%, and it is not significant. Okay, so this is the output of this process macro. Now question is how to means write this output. So yesterday I told you, you can go through the book Rebecca M. Warner. So I am just showing you the book, how to report this result. Okay, so you can see. So I am showing you the book. I am stop sharing and sharing the book. So the book is, now this is the result. Okay, interaction term. So you just go through this result, how to report our interaction term. Okay, so this is so you can interaction, it's a interaction of two quantitative predictor. So same as we can report our result, one quantitative predictor and another categorical predictor. So this is the way how to write our the output of mediation. So yesterday I have given, I have shared this book many participants. If you need, you can write me on my email ID or email ID and WhatsApp number. Okay, this is very beautiful book, and both the chapters you should go through this book, mediation and moderation, both the chapters. Okay, so in this book we can see how to write the output of macro process. Uh, so another book I have shared with the participants, mediation and moderation book, specific. This book written by the Andrew Hayes. Okay, so this book also uh, very good for understanding the mediation and moderation concept. Now the second, the another moderation impact categorical variable here, third. So this is another. So this case study related to employee turnover and job satisfaction. Okay. In this case study, we can see. So I am repeating this uh, process how to perform the moderation in process macro. You can see analyze and regression, but before it we should install the process macro. Okay, so yesterday I told you how to install the process macro. So it is very easy. Once you install SPSS, then after that you can install the process macro. Okay, now the here sorry, so this is case study about the job performance and employee turnover. Why that is dependent variable employee turnover, X job satisfaction, and low means job performance. Six people low job performer and six people high job performer. So here we want to know the impact of interaction. Interaction means moderation. So in earlier case, we found there was no interaction effect, but in this case study, we will find the impact of interaction. So this is analyze, then regression, and regression, you can see here the process. Okay, and after clicking it, so it is very easy to perform. Okay, employee turnover dependent variable, here you can see y variable, so I am transferring here. Job satisfaction dependent variable X, so I am transferring X variable. And job performance, it is categorical variable, low job performer and high job performer, so I am transferring here moderator variable W. Okay, it is very simple, and by default it is 1. For moderation we use model number 1, and for mediation we will use mediation the model number 4. Okay, but here it is moderator, so moderator we are using here model number 1. Now after transferring all the three variables, so about no need to do anything, options no need, and then multi-categorical no need, and thus and okay. I am sharing the output. Output, this is output. Okay, so this is output. In this output you can see there are three variable: y dependent variable, x independent variable, w moderator, and sample size 6 sorry 12. 12 means 6 low job performer and 6 high job performer. Now what is the r square? R square here, r square value, it is 82 point 0.80 0.8243, but we need r square because this r square we interpret our result from the R square, and R square value here 67.94. Okay, it means it should be greater than 60% theoretically. Okay, and whether it is significant or not, so this p value decide, and here p value less than 0.05. Okay, now the model 1, the x, that is independent variable, m moderator, low job performer and high job performer, x means job satisfaction, m means moderator, low and high performer, and interaction means multiplication of x and m. So whether this is significant or not x, so we can see the p value, and here p value is significant, less than 0.05, significant. And second case, again the low job performer and high job performer, again it is significant because p value less than 5. And the interaction term, what is the interaction term? This is the interaction term, again it is less than 0.05. So we can see our model, in our model the moderator variable is working. Okay, so and the R square change, R square means when we include the interaction term, means this into this independent variable and moderator, when we uh, obtain the interaction of two variable, independent variable and moderator, so is it significant? R square of this interaction term means it is 23.29. Whether it is significant, so who will tell us? This p value, and here p value, it is significant because less than 0.05. So in previous case we found only the 0.3% R square. The previous case the R square was 0.3, so it was very less, it was, there was no interaction effect in previous case, but here the interaction effect R square, that is 23.9%, and p value is 0.05. Now we see the conditional effects of the focal predictor at value. So what does it mean? So yesterday I used the two slope calculator. Okay, in a slope calculator, basically we uh, check whether this significant, whether this regression coefficient, whether this one, this is the regression coefficient b1, and this is the regression coefficient, another variable b2. Okay, so yesterday through calculator we checked whether this is significant or not. So here directly we can get through the p value. For low performer it is significant, and for high performer it is not significant. So yesterday I split my file into two parts, means low performer and high performer, and then we found the two regression equation. Two regression equation means one for low performer and another regression equation for the high performer. Okay, and then we check whether this regression coefficient significantly each other or not. So by using online calculator we enter the value of sample size, and then the regression coefficient value and standard error. Okay, so the three values of low performer and three values of high performer, and then we found there was a significant impact because p value was 0.05. Yesterday we have seen through the this online computer, but here we do not need to use any online calculator. So here directly we can get, so low this what does it mean of zero? Zero means low performer. We have coded our performers in two part. One means low performer, and one means a high performer. So when we put the value of 0 for low performer, so it is significant. Means what does it mean? The dependent variable and independent variable, job satisfaction and employee turnover. So here we found, so it is true for low job performer, because low job performer leave the job, high the employee turnover high for low job performer. Okay, and here the p value less than 0.05, but it is not true for high job performer, because their p value greater than 0.05. It is not significant relationship here. So we found the relationship, the significant relationship. So it is true only for low performer, and we can say the low job performer leave job frequently, and high job uh, performers, they do not leave job frequently. Okay, so employee turnover high for low job performer, not high job performer. Okay, so now your question. Yes, yes, you are right. If interaction effect is significant, Mr. Atul Kumar, so if interaction effect is significant, then we say that moderation is working. Yes. uh, Sir, next question. If you explain how to install process, and then we can simultaneously do the assignment. So yesterday I told you how to install the process macro. So today I can again I can repeat it. There is no problem. So how to I am just stop sharing it, and I am sharing the this. Okay. So now I am sharing. Can you see this output? Google. Can you see Google? Is it visible? So please inform me through chat. Is can you see the Google? Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Now, again, how to my question? No, your question is how to download the process macro. Okay. So we just simply write here process macro on Google, process macro. So you go to on Google process macro, and then uh, you will get the site of the process macro. Here process macro. Okay, so the process macro, I am just clicking it, process macro, and here you can see download. Okay, go to download, and then come downward, and here you can see the download process macro. Okay, process 3.5. Okay, after 1 or 2 months you will see 3.6. They keep updating this macro. Okay, so after downloading we will get the one one zip folder. Okay, zip folder we will get, and from this folder, so from this folder we will select the file. I'm just stop sharing it. So after the after categorical continuous. Okay, so once we download the zip file, we will unzip the file folder, and then we will open our SPSS. In this SPSS, so what will we do here? So we go to utilities. Okay. So you go to utilities and then come to custom dialogues and install custom dialog. Okay. We have provided you one video also in a Telegram group how to install the process macro. You can see this video also. So after downloading the folder, we open our SPSS, then go to utilities, custom dialog, and install custom dialog. Okay. After clicking it, so we will open our folder. We kept our folder on desktop. So we will open the desktop and then uh, we will open the folder, and after opening the folder we will get one file .spd. So the file will show here in .spd, and you just open it, and after opening you will get the process macro, and after installing you can see uh, analyze regression, and here you can see the process 3.3. Okay. Now I am using the another case study. So it was about the uh, when one predictor variable continuous and moderator variable categorical. Now I am taking the case study where all the three variables means dependent, independent, and moderator variable are continuous. Okay. So how to use uh, process macro to analyze the impact of interaction. So analyze regression and process. Okay. It is for both quantitative predictor variables. Analyze regression process. So why depression? I have transferred in this variable box, and stress, it is independent variable, means high stress, high depression, low stress, low depression, and cognitive means negative cognition, that is moderator. So moderator variable W. Okay. Moderator variable I have transferred here, and uh, continue means okay. Okay. And after this we will see the output. This is our output. Okay. This is our output. So in this case we will see whether the interaction effect is working or not. So here we can see the p value of interaction. It is 0.001, 0.001. So this is interaction effect 0.001. Okay. So here R value 0.8, R square 65.06%, and it is significant. Now the X independent variable means stress. Is it significant or not? Yes, it is significant because p value less than 0.05. Okay, significant. Now moderator value means negative cognition. It is not significant because p value greater than 0.05. But impact of interaction means X multiplication M, is it significant or not? Yes, it is significant because p value less than 0.05. Okay. Now the how much R square? What is R square? R square means R square of interaction. What is the R square of interaction? 0.076 means it is 7 0.63%, and it is significant because p value less than 0.05. If it is not significant, then we will say there is no interaction in this, or there is no moderation in this model. Okay. So here there is a significant impact of interaction or moderator variable because p value less than 0.05. Now there are two x and w variable moderator. So here conditional effect of the focal prediction at value of the moderator. So here we can see three values of the moderator. Moderator, what is the moderator? Moderator is negative cognition, and this is well, and this. There are the, by default it is giving three values. One, when the moderator value is 6.2, then what is the p value? When, so it is not significant, it is not significant because p value greater than 0.05. Now when we increase the negative cognition, we can see here the value of negative cognition 8.8, then we find here it is significant. And another value 10, the it is significant. It means when the negative cognition starts, then the p value means it works. For high negative cognition, we can see the it is significant. Okay. Tables are not there. Uh, can you see this table? Are you not seeing the table? Okay, I am again. If you are not, okay. Now, can you see the table? Please inform me. Okay. Now, okay, okay. Table. Now you can see the table. Now, question is how to increase the value of moderator variable to make it significant. It is not our hand to increase the value of moderator. So we cannot manipulate the data. So, but if we use the proper theory to explain the moderation effect, then we should go to the literature review and find the tested scale or valid scale to check the moderation effect. But we cannot manipulate it. We will do just uh, whatever data we collect, we can check the whether the moderator variable working or not. So if you select proper tested scale or instrument to check the moderation impact, then you can see the impact. uh, I have installed process. When I am using it, process macro is not giving in the output. Okay. नाउ आई थिंक आपके जो क्वेश्चंस हैं वो हो गए हैं इसमें सजेस्टिंग की. ठीक. मैक्रो सक्सेसफुल. थैंक यू. ओके ओके. So now I am taking the moderation, sorry, mediation. I'm so now I am taking mediation. आपके सवालों के जवाब तो हो गए. ठीक है, मॉडरेशन के. अब मैं जो है मीडिएशन, आई एम स्टार्टिंग मीडिएशन. So I'm just stop sharing this slide and opening the mediation. Mediation Now, mediation. We understand the concept of mediation. Mediation, it is a hypothetical. Mediation is a hypothesized causal chain in which one variable affect second variable that in turns affect third variable. The intervening variable M is mediator. It mediates the relationship between predictor and X and outcome variable. What does it mean? So I am just explaining. So basically there are two variable, one dv, that is a dependent variable. This is dependent variable, and x independent variable iv, and another variable that is mediator variable. This is mediator variable, and mediator variable basically mediate the relationship between the uh, independent and dependent variable. It means when there is no mediation, we are just simply finding the relationship between independent variable and dependent variable. Okay, so it is, if it may be significant, it is significant relationship when we do not include mediation. Means we are taking only two variable y and x, and we are checking the relationship between the two variable. So here this relationship is less than 0.05, means significant relationship between the two variable. But this mediation, when we include the mediation in our study, then the relationship between the two variable become the insignificant. Insignificant means p value greater than 0.05. It means the relationship only uh, the it will be not significant in the presence of the mediator variable. Okay, so mediator variable basically mediate the relationship between the two variables. Without mediation, the relationship is different, but when we introduce mediator, the relationship would be different. So there may be three cases here. So one case, there is a one case when there is full mediation, full uh, full mediation, full mediation. Full mediation means, so the relationship between x and y is insignificant. Insignificant. This is insignificant, means 0.05, sorry, greater than 0.05. Second is partial mediation. Partial mediation, it means in the presence of a mediator variable, the relationship between x and y is still significant. In the full mediation means no significant relationship between x and y. But here the relationship between the two variables, it is significant. If it is significant after mediation, means p value 0.05, then we can say partial mediation. And third case means no mediation. No mediation means the this is y dependent variable, x independent variable, and this is moderator variable. No mediation means the either this one or this, okay, may be not significant. Means when we check the relationship between x and y, it may be greater than 0.05. Means if any out of the three relationship, if any uh, relationship between the two variable greater than 0.05 means not significant, then we will say it's a no mediation. So it is about the mediation. So basically here we can say A means regression coefficient. So this it mediate the relationship between a predictor variable and the outcome variable. This is M. M means mediator. So consider here we can see they consider a variable x that is assumed to cause another variable. Here we are not using any mediator variable. We simply check the relationship between the two variable y and x. Okay. So the here in this diagram, the unmediated model means we are not including any model, any mediator. So here we are not using the mediator variable. It is simply the relationship between the two variables, one outcome variable, another causal variable, that is x causal variable, and y the y that is outcome variable. So path C, it is the total effect. Okay, it is a total effect. Total effect means regression coefficient. Basically it is regression coefficient, and we give the name total effect. Okay, so there may be two types of effect. One, they when we use mediator variable, then there is direct effect, that is x to y. As C dash, it is known as direct effect, and this is indirect effect means, so we are reaching y through this channel x to m and m to y. This is indirect channel. So total effect. So total effect may be two types. Sorry, total effect would be uh, total effect means direct effect plus indirect effect. So total effect. So total effect equal to direct effect. Direct effect means this to this. Direct effect plus indirect effect. Indirectly we are reaching here. We are checking impact uh, of x on y. Okay, we are reaching through this here indirectly. So okay, so we can reach here two way, one directly and another indirectly. So it is indirect effect. So this is indirect effect. Okay, and total effect means when we do not consider this. So the C basically total effect, and C dash, this is direct effect. So we should keep in mind these notations. So A into B. A means regression coefficient of x and m, and B means regression coefficient m and y. So this is our equation. So when I talk about the C, it means C means total effect, and I am not including mediator variable. C dash means I am using mediator variable, and it is a direct effect. AB means indirect effect. It's a multiplication of the regression coefficient between the x and m, and regression coefficient of m and y. The mediator has been called intervening or process variable. Complete mediation is the case in which variable x no longer affects y after m has been controlled, making path c dash 0. Okay, so complete mediation, so I am just explaining it. Complete mediation means, okay, so the complete mediation, you can see complete mediation. So there may be three types of mediation: complete mediation, partial mediation, and no mediation. So this is complete mediation is the case in which variable x no longer affects on y. It means, so there is y and x. I told you before mediation, this impact would be significant. Okay, significant. But here in a complete mediation means, complete mediation is the case in which variable x no longer affects of y after m has been controlled. When we introduce here, so there should not be significant. It should be not a significant relationship between the two after introducing the this variables. Okay, and partial mediation is the case in which path from x to y is reduced in absolute size, but is still different from zero. Means when the mediator is introduced, इस केस में क्या, still it is significant, like this mediator and this y, sorry, x, and this y, and this uh, you can see here, the partial mediation is the case in which path from x to y is reduced. Okay, absolute size. It means if before mediation the impact was, or regression coefficient value was high, then after mediation its value may be reduced, but it is, but is still different from zero. Still different from zero means if it is still significant. Okay, still significant means less than 0.05, then this is known as partial mediation. Okay, so I will take all the three case study. One for complete mediation. I will explain the complete mediation with case study, and then partial. I will take another case study for partial mediation, and third case study where we do not find any mediation, no mediation. Okay. Now assumptions of this mediation. So basically, we should follow the assumptions of multiple regression analysis. Basically, mediation and moderation are the kinds of multiple regression analysis. It is multiple. Moderator variable also, it is independent variable. Assignment you have given only table files and not given anything. What do you? So please make it clear. I mean, what is your question? Your question, Samurai Dayabati. In the assignment, you have given only the table files and not given anything. What do you do? So please contact to coordinator. Okay. So now assumptions of multiple regression analysis. So we should check the assumptions of the multiple regression analysis. Means mediation and analysis also make all of the standard assumptions of the general linear model, because mediation and moderation techniques are the type of multiple regression analysis or a special type, special case. Okay, so before applying we should check the assumptions. Means data should be normality we will check. So through histogram and pp plot we check the normality, and then independence of the error term, independence of the error term we check to, means the Durbin Watson test and homogeneity of variance and multicolority issue. Okay. So normality we can check here, multivariate normality. I am talking about here not individual variable variability. Here multivariate normality of the regression model. So we can check it through the Mahalanobis distance test, and its value should be less than 16.98. It's a critical value. If our value less than it, then we say there is no multivariate normal. So there is a multivariate normality in our regression model. There is no issue of non-normality. Second, we're checking the assumption, that is independence of the error term. I have discussed in previous lecture. Through Durbin-Watson test, we check the independence of the errors. Independence of the error terms means the error term means observed minus estimated. This is the residual or error term. It should be independent to each other. It means in a cross-sectional study, the observations of one person should not depend on the another person. Or in a time series data, the error term of the previous day not related to today's data. Okay, it is unrelated. So through Durbin-Watson test, its value between 1.5 to 2.5. It's a desirable range. If it is outside this range, then we will say there is a problem so our data is not independence of the errors. Okay, it is not independent. Then third is linearity. So linearity, we can find it's a partial correlation between the dependent variable and independent variables. So through, and then homogeneity of error variance means homoscedasticity. So I have discussed these assumptions also yesterday. Here this is the zero value, and we take zero as a parallel to the x-axis and find the range, means above and below it should be same, means dispersonance of the data should be same. It should not be funnel type data. Okay, funnel type data means so the distribution of the data, this is funnel type data. If distribution of data like this, okay, this, so it is funnel type data. But it is not funnel type data here, because the distribution of the data, so this is the zero line, okay, and the above and below, so it's this is the above, and here it is only very few cases outside this. Okay, so, but it is almost homogeneous. Then multicollinearity. Multicollinearity means tolerance value should be greater than zero point 0.1, and VIF means variance inflated factor, its value less than zero point 0, sorry, less than 10. Okay, and tolerance basically it's a reciprocal of VIF. So through VIF we can check the multicollinearity. If in our data the VIF value of the all independent variables greater than means less than 10, it means there is no issue of multicollinearity. If we find multicollinearity among the independent variables, then we should remove that particular independent variable. Now the Baron and Kenny discuss the four steps in establishing mediation. Now, the how to conduct the mediation effect. So, Baron and Kenny describe the four steps. What are the four steps for conducting the mediation analysis? The first step is show that causal variable is causal related. Causal variable is correlated with the outcome variable. Use y as the criterion variable in a regression equation and y as the predictor, and estimate the test path. C is the direct path. This step establishes that there is an effect that may be mediated. So in the first step, basically Baron and Kenny suggested that we should use 4 steps. So this is my mediator model. This y dependent variables and x independent variable, and this is mediator. Now we are conducting the mediation analysis. There are 4 steps. In the first step is the relation. It's a simple regression analysis. Sorry, simple regression analysis between y and x. It means 0, that is intercept, b1 regression coefficient, x independent variable. Okay, and the relationship between the two variables should be significant. Significant means the p value should be less than 0.05. This is the first condition, first step. Now second condition. Yes, yes. Baron and Kenny approach acceptable. Yes, yes, Mr. Tulkumar. It is okay. Now the this is the first step, and second step, show that the causal variable is correlated with mediator. Use M as the mediator, criterion variable in regression equation, and X as predictor. This step essentially involves treating the mediator as if it were an outcome variable. What does it mean? So here you can see the in the previous case in the first step we just uh, find the relationship between this x and y, okay, in the first step, and it should be significant, less than 0.05. Now in the second step we will find the relationship between x and m. Here m is dependent variable, moderator is dependent variable. Here we have taken moderator as the dependent variable, and it is x, that is independent variable. Okay, so this the relationship between it is basically a means regression coefficient here, and for this relationship we will take regression coefficient b. So in the second condition, this should be significant relationship, means between x and m, and this is p value, it is 0.05, means relationship between independent variable and mediator should be significant. Okay, in second case. Now third case, third step, show that the mediator affects the outcome variable. Use y as the criterion variable in the regression equation, and x and m as predictor. It is not sufficient just to correlate the mediator with the outcome variable, because the mediator and outcome variable may be correlated because they are both caused by the causal x. Thus causal variable must be controlled in establishing the effect of the mediator on outcome variable. What does it mean? It means, so it means the relationship between the moderator variable and the dependent variable, it should be significant, means regression coefficient. So here y, that is dependent variable, x independent variable, and m, this is moderator variable. Here in the third step, the relationship between the moderator variable and dependent variable, it should be significant and p value should be 0.05. Okay. And fourth case, to establish that m completely mediates, okay, the relationship x y relationship, the effect of x on y controlled for m should be 0. Discussion below on the significance. The effects in both step 3 and 4 are estimated in same equation. Means, so conduct the multiple regression analysis. So for checking the impact of the complete mediation, so complete mediation, uh, so this is the fourth step, and in this fourth step we take both the variables, independent variable and moderator variable simultaneously, and then the relationship between this and this, it should be non significant. Okay, so when we, this is our moderator variable and this x independent variable, y moderator variable, when we take simultaneously for both the equations simultaneously, now the this equation means this one b1 and this. So here the relationship between the x and y should be not significant. Relationship between independent variable and dependent variable should be non significant. It means p value should be greater than 0.05 after including the mediator variable. In the presence of the mediator variable, the relationship between the two variable should be not significant. If it is not significant, it means complete complete mediation. Okay. Otherwise, if it is still significant, means less than 0.5, it means it is a partial mediation. Okay. Full mediation. So what is full mediation? Assuming there are significant relationship between step 1 to 3, one proceeds to step 4. In the step 4 model, some form of mediation is supported if the effect of m remains significant after controlling for x, and if x is no longer significant when m is controlled, the findings support full mediation. What does it mean? It means this. So when we use four step process, in the first step, the relationship between dependent and independent variable should be significant. Second step, we check the relationship between the independent variable and moderator variable. It should be significant. Third case, we check the relationship between moderator variable and criterion variable. It should be significant. And when we take simultaneously x independent variable and moderator variable, then the relationship between the this sorry, it is not significant. This should be not significant. If it is not significant, it means full mediation. If it is significant, then we say partial mediation. Now, partial mediation means, what is partial mediation? Assuming there are significant relationship from step 1 through 3, one proceed to step 4. In this step 4 model, some form of mediation is supported if the effect of M remains significant after controlling for X if X is still significant. Both X and M both significantly predict Y. The finding supports partial mediation. So here partial mediation means now we use for step process. In the first step, the relationship between the X and Y should be X and Y should be significant. So there is significant impact like mm, significant. What does it mean? So this is my model M, Y, and X. Okay. So here, first case, it should be significant. Okay. P value should be greater less than 0.05. This is first case. Second step, the relationship between X and Y, it should be less than, means P value should be less than 0.05. It should be significant, yes. Third case, uh, when we take moderator variable and criterion variable, the P value again, it should be less than 0.05. It should means it should be significant. Okay. When we take both the variable X and moderator, these are simply simple regression analysis, and in stage 4 we use multiple regression and analysis, because we are taking independent variable and moderator mediator variable simultaneously. Both the variables we are taking and finding relationship with the y variable. Okay, so here after conducting the multiple regression analysis, the relationship between X and Y, if it is significant, so this should be significant relationship, this should be significant. But if a relationship X and Y is significant, then this is known as partial mediation. Here it is partial mediation. Okay. And third case here, no mediation. So how do we find whether our model is properly working or not? Whether it is full mediation or partial mediation or no mediation. So the purpose of steps 1, 2, 3 is to establish that zero order relationship among the variables. If one or more of these relationships are non-significant, it means out of the 4 steps, either step 1, step 2, or step 3, if any one relationship the not significant, then we say okay. So first question is, sir, it does not completely mediate, then what will have to do? You, if your model is not mediating, then you check your study and take another variables, because it's a problem of your scale. If you are not using properly scale, then there may be problem of means you will not get the mediation effect. So it is better to go through the literature review and find the proper model, proper, and select the proper dependent and independent variables. Okay. And second question, I have installed process macro to apply in output, is showing error, results are not like yours, please guide me. Okay. So there may be some technical issue, or this type of question you can ask me after the FDP also. I have shared my mobile number. So if you find any technical problem, you can contact me after this workshop also. So because it is not possible to cover here, repeat the sir, next question, kindly repeat the step for in partial mediation. Okay, okay. So I am again repeating the partial mediation. So the partial mediation, basically in a partial mediation, so the relationship between, sorry, partial mediation. The partial mediation. So in the partial mediation, you can see the first thing is that is y dependent variable and x independent variable. In the first step, the relationship between the two variable, it should be significant. Okay, so it is significant. Second, the relationship between the x and m mediator, it should be significant. So we can check it is significant. Third step, the relationship between the mediator and moderator, it should be significant. So it is significant. Okay. Individually, we have apply simple regression analysis. One for this y and x. Now in second case, we are taking x and y, and third case, we are taking m and y. Now we are applying multiple regression analysis, means we are taking x and as well as y, x and as well as y. Okay. Now after conducting the multiple regression analysis, if the relationship between x and y, if it is significant, it means there is a partial correlation, sorry, partial mediation. Okay, partial mediation. But in case of the full mediation, the relationship between x and y, it is non-significant, non-significant. So I can show you again the full mediation. This now you can see the full mediation. In the full mediation, the relationship between, after applying the multiple regression analysis, the means we are using multiple regression analysis, x and y independent variables, then the m is significant, but it should not be significant, means relationship between x and y should be not significant. If it is not significant, it means complete mediation, means this variable is working and it is ineffective with the presence of the mediator. Okay. So there are and another, the model is no mediation. No mediation means, so you can see the no mediation. In the no mediation, the y, there is one variable, there is the means y and x. This is the relationship between this. If relationship between x and y not significant, and rest of the variables, means step 4, step 2, if it is significant, and then outcome variable significant or not significant, then we can say no mediation. It means for mediation, we need all the three relationship in step 1, step 2, and step 3 should be significant. But if anyone, if it is, for example, if it is significant but this not significant and it is significant, then there is no mediation. If it is significant, it's significant and it is not significant, then there is no mediation. It means the condition of mediation means all the three steps should be uh, this should be significant. But if anyone, either this or this or this, not significant, it means there is no mediation impact. There is no mediation. Okay. So if you are applying the mediation technique, if in step 1, step 2, or step 3, if you find any in out of the three, if you find any one relationship not significant, it means your mediation is, there is no mediation. So okay, now the I'm giving the small idea, some idea about the inconsistent mediation and indirect effect. What is indirect effect? And then the evaluating the statistical significance of the indirect effect. So there are four procedure to find the indirect effect: joint significance, Sobel test, bootstrapping, Monte Carlo. We will focus only Sobel test. Okay, rest of the methods can be done by other softwares. So I will focus only the Sobel test and how to perform the indirect effect. So these are the process. Now I am talking about now the inconsistent mediation. Inconsistence mediation. What is inconsistence? If C dash were opposite in sign to AB something to add inconsistence mediation, then it could be the case that step 1 would not be met, but there is still mediation. In this case, mediation act like as a suppressor variable. What does it mean? Through this example, we can understand in inconsistent mediation. One example of inconsistent mediation is the relationship between stress and mood. Okay, and mediated by copying. So there are three variables. So I am showing here this is mediator variable, this y outcome variable, and x independent variables. Okay, so here inconsistent mediation means the relationship between stress and mood. This is dependent variable mood and it is independent variable stress. High stress, your mood would be negative, or low stress, good mood. Okay, so the relationship between stress and mood is mediated by copying. This is the copying. If you are, presumably the direct effect is negative. Direct effect, if it is direct effect is negative. Okay, more stress, uh, your mood is less good. Okay, mood. So it's a reciprocal. Less stress, good mood, or high stress, bad mood. So there is a negative relationship. Presumably the direct effect is negative. More stress, the worse the mood. However, like the effect of stress on the copying is positive. If your copying means positive, if you take it positive, then the effect of copying and mood is positive. Copying positive, means positive copying, and then mood is positive. So making the indirect effect. So it is the indirect effect would be positive. Okay. Total effect of stress on mood is likely to be very small because the direct and indirect will effect will tend to cancel each other out. Note that with consistent inconsistent mediation, that typically the direct effect is even larger than the total effect. What does it mean? So this is the mediator and y dependent and x independent variables. Okay, so this is the total effect of stress. Total effect means direct effect. This is direct effect, and this will indirect effect. Indirect effect. Okay, indirect effect. The total effect of stress on mood then is likely to be small because the direct and indirect effect will tend to cancel each other because it is negative. This is the negative and this is positive, so it will cancel to each other. Not that with inconsistent mediation, that typically the direct effect is even larger than the total effect. It means, so sometimes what happens when the relationship between it is the negative and the indirect is positive, then this type of mediation called the inconsistent mediation. It's a very special case and we use rarely. Now, what is indirect effect? Now we should keep in mind for checking the indirect effect whether the this indirect effect significant or not. So you just, it's a very important point in a mediation. So you mediator this is, and this independent variable, and this one is dependent variable. So the this is the relationship. The amount of mediation is called the indirect effect. Indirect effect means this is A and this is B and this is C dash, and the total effect here, total effect. So you can see the total effect. Total effect means direct effect plus indirect effect. In the previous slide, first slide, I discussed the y and x means unmediated relationship. So unmediated relationship denoted by C. Okay, C means total effect. When I include the mediator variable, then how will we get the total effect? Total effect, one is directly relationship x and y, and second is indirectly relationship x and y through the mediator. This is the indirect. So total effect will be direct effect plus indirect effect. Now the direct effect, that is C dash B and AB. Now question is this, how to find the indirect effect, because individually this is significant. Individually this is significant 0.05, but when we multiply it, A and B multiply, this is the indirect effect. So how to calculate indirect effect, whether it is significant or not significant? Because direct effect can be significant because there is a relationship between the two variable. So through p value we can check whether this is significant or not. But indirect effect means it's a multiplication of two regression coefficient AB. So through this we use Sobel test to check whether this indirect effect is significant or not, because individual effect we know the this is significant, this is, but means this effect multiplication of A and B check through the other method like Sobel test method we use here. Okay. Not also that the indirect effect equals the reduction of the effect of the causal variable on the outcome variable, that is this means in the contemporary mediational analysis the indirect effect of AB is the measure of the amount of mediation. So basically the AB, the effect of mediation, this AB, you can see AB. Okay. Now the this is the this AB. AB basically it's a total effect minus direct effect. If we subtract this total effect and direct effect, then we can find the AB. So AB basically measures of amount of mediational. This is the mediation, amount of mediation. AB means mediation, and this is our indirect effect. And so this is clear. Another measure of mediation is the proportion of the effect that is mediated or the indirect effect divided by the total effect. So through this we can find the total effect or AB by C or 1 minus C dash by this. Such a measure through theoretically informative is very unstable and should not be computed C if C is small. Not that this measure can be greater than 1 or negative when there is inconsistent mediation. It is advisable to only computing this measure if standardized C is at least plus minus zero point 0.2, means C means direct effect, total effect. The measure can be informative especially when C dash means direct effect is not statistically significant. And Kenny suggested the C dash is not statistically significant, but only 56% of the C is explained. One of rule of thumb is one wants to claim the complete mediation when the AB by C ratio means the multiplication of A and B and divided by C. If it is zero point 0.8, then we can say it's a complete mediation. Mediation, your question, mediation may be more than one variable. Yes. डॉक्टर रमेश प्रसाद जी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि मीडिएशन कैन बी मोर देन वन. यस सर, मीडिएशन कैन बी योर आंसर. आप आपने अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा है, गुड क्वेश्चन. सो मीडिएशन, so there may be many techniques like here one dependent variable and another sir independent variable, and this is the mediation. So I am taking simple mediation here. So but you can take more mediator variable like m1, m2, m3. So there are many model. So I am just showing you the one template. So एक मैं आपको क्वेश्चन, I am showing the one template that is, it is very good for understanding the mediation concept. So I am just, I think I cannot open this. the one templates. Yes, now you can see. I'm sharing this slide, sir. You just see it. Uh, okay, sir, can you see this slide? Dr. Prasad, can you see this slide? Process model number one. Please inform me. Okay. So basically, in a model, so mediation. So mediation and moderation. I am taking only very simple cases to understand, to clarify the concept of mediation and moderation. So there are many types of model in the mediation and moderation. You can see this is the one model, and another model is this. This is another model. Then model this. So there are many independent variables, and the model second where you can take two moderator, one M and W, and another M and W, two moderator. This is the mediation model 4. We are talking about this model, y dependent and x independent variable. And model 4, this is model 4. This is model 5. Model 6, there are two mediator variable. Your question was, can we take more than one mediator variable? Yes, we can take more than two mediator variable. These are the two variables. Here we are taking three mediator variable. So we can see many complex model. 1, 2, 3, 4 mediator variable. Then this situation, you can see next model. So this template given by the Andrew Hayes. Okay, so this is another model. You can see this. So there are more than 100 types of model, very complex model. You can see here. Okay, so mediation and moderation, it's not easy. It is very, it's बहुत कुछ we can do. देखिए, these are the models. These are model number 45. Now you can perform more than 100 types of model. Okay, 100 types of model. And in a process, for example, it's a old template. So here only 76 models. So I am stop sharing this and opening the SPSS file to show the model number. So analyze the regression and uh, process macro, and here the model number. Okay, so how many model here? 86, 92. Now if you can see the new version of the process macro, more than 100 models. So we are using uh, earlier we were using the model number 1, but now we will use model number 4 because it is mediation. It is about the mediation. So there are many models. So I am stop sharing this and my slides on mediation. Mediation and moderation. Okay, the difference between mediation and moderation. Yes, we can. I am explaining it. The difference between mediation and moderation. Okay. So mediation and moderation. And just okay. Mediation and moderation. The difference between mediation. Okay, sir. So please see here, sir, the difference between the mediation and moderation. So moderation, in moderation, y and x. Okay. there are two variables, and this is moderator. Sorry, this is moderator. This is moderator variable, sir. So moderator variable, the example of moderator, generally we take moderator as a categorical variable. Categorical variable. If the relationship between the x and y, it is not significant. It is not significant. But after introducing the moderator variable, the relationship become the significant with the presence of with the presence of moderator variable. It may be significant. Okay, so there are two category. So one category means male and female. Satisfaction level, this is satisfaction independent variable, and another satisfaction, and this is so employee turnover. Okay, employee turnover and satisfaction. So in a moderation effect, we find there is no, without moderation, there is no significant relationship. But when we introduce this moderator variable, then we find this significant relationship for male. Okay, it means male are not satisfied. That is why they leave job. Females are satisfied with their job. That is why uh, they do not leave the job. So when we compare the categories, so we use a moderator variable. We want to check the impact of interaction term. But mediation, basically the mediation, the same thing you can see. Mediator variable basically, uh, with the presence of this mediator variable, if the relationship between the dependent and independent variable uh, significant, then with the presence of this mediator variable, this will become the not significant. Means not significant. The relationship between the two variable will be no significant. It means there are two friends y and x. The relationship between, directly they are interacting to each other, but you are as a moderator, mediator. When you come into the picture, then the whatever x wants to say to y, he will say through you. Okay, then this relationship become the insignificant. Means mediator affect the relationship between the two variables. So if it is the relation after mediation, if it relationship not significant, then it means mediator is working, mediator variable is working. If it is still significant, then it is partially significant. Okay, so I have provided the book mediation and moderation. So to understand the concept, you can go through the book. Okay. देखिए, inconsistent mediation I have already discussed you inconsistent mediation. So basically inconsistent mediation means the relationship between the two variable is negative, x and y. When we introduce the independent variable, the direct effect is negative, but indirect effect is positive. So the indirect effect is more positive than the direct effect. So when we add these things, so direct effect will be positive, but it is less value because cancel to each other. Now there are four types of criteria to find the indirect effect. Indirect effect. Okay. The one is joint significance of path A and B, Sobel test, bootstrapping, Monte Carlo method. So we will focus on Sobel test because these tests performed by other statistical software. So we are using here only, so we are focusing only Sobel test here. So what is the purpose of this test? So basically in a mediation, so this is the relationship y and x. There is in the first step, this should be significant. Second step, this is the mediator variable, this should be significant. Third stage, this should be significant p value. And fourth case, we take x and m simultaneously and then find the relationship with y. If x and y insignificant, then it is complete mediation. If relationship between x and y is still significant, it is partial mediation. So we the total effect, there are two effect, that is y and x. This is y and x. Y means direct effect, or sorry, total effect. Total effect, the sign of this c. So there are two cases. One, when it is unmediated relationship, it means we are not taking mediator variable, we are just simply checking the relationship between x and y. And in second case, we are adding the mediator variable. So how will we get the total effect here? Total effect we will get through this relationship between x and y. This is c dash, and this into this. The A means regression coefficient between the x and m. B means regression coefficient between m and y. So individually we know it is significant, it is significant, it is significant, but the total effect for mediator variable, for mediating variable, when we include, it is effect, direct effect plus indirect effect. So total effect means this effect and another root, that is, this is indirect effect. It is indirect effect. So we can check direct effect. It is simply a relationship between the two variables. So p value can give the this c dash. But indirect effect, this is multiplication of a and b. It's a multiplication of a and d. Individually we know the a and b are significant, but multiplication of a and b, we do not know whether it is significant or not, whether this a be significant or not. So we use four method to find the significance, evaluating the significance of evaluating statistical significance of the indirect effect. Indirect effect means it's a and b. Okay. Now we so I am just directly focusing the Sobel test. These are the tests performed in R software. The this joint significance of path A and B. Okay, you can perform it through R programming. So Sobel test we can perform through the Sobel calculator. So what is this Sobel test? Sobel test initially used in 1982. Some sources refer to this test as the delta method. Now, what is Sobel test? It is very important test to find the indirect effect. Here we can see there are three variable dV, IV, independent variable, and mediator. So direct effect, that is C dash, and indirect effect, this A multiplied by this B. Okay. So A, B, and C are the path coefficient. This is the path coefficient, regression coefficient or path coefficient C dash. A regression or path coefficient between the IV and mediator, path coefficient B between the B mediator and DV. Okay, and SA means standard error. So for finding the AB indirect effect, we need regression path coefficient between mediator and this and standard deviation, standard error, and standard error for B. This is the formula. Formula of Z test. Z test equal to AB upon square root of standard error of A and standard into B square plus standard error of B ka square into A square. What is A, B, S, A, S, B? Here, A means unstandardized regression coefficient associated with A means unstandardized regression coefficient for the association between independent variable and mediator. So what does it mean? Here this is my independent variable and this is mediator. So here what is A? A means regression coefficient. Okay, unstandardized, because in the output table we find intercept, and this is IV independent variable, and coefficient. The coefficient, for example, this is 2.3 and the coefficient is 0.93, and here we find the standard error next to this. For example, standard error is 0.23. Okay, so it is the what is A is unstandardized regression coefficient for the association between X and M, and standard error, this is the standard error, SA means standard error. Now what is B and SB? So B and SB means B and SB. So B, raw coefficient for association between mediator and DV. So here the this is mediator and Y dependent variable DV. So this is DV and mediator variable. B means raw coefficient for association between, means regression path coefficient between the this is the B. Okay, and standard error of this. So through the simple regression analysis we can find the value of A and B, and through multiple regression analysis we find the value B and standard error of B. So how to find, we will discuss here. How to get it, these number. So first simply we will run the Your question is direct and indirect effects both can be significant. Yes, both can be significant. Both can be significant, and direct effect can be insignificant, but indirect effect should be significant for mediation. Okay, sir. Your question, आपका क्वेश्चन हो गया डॉक्टर रमेश प्रसाद जी का. Now, the first thing, how to calculate A and SA. A and SA. So A and SA, this is independent variable X, and this one is mediator. So first of all, we will run simple regression analysis. Here mediator, it is just like dv, and here x independent variable. So we will find the value of a and s a. Okay. सर जेड स्कोर मैंने भी कैलकुलेट ही नहीं किया है सर. व्हाट इज योर क्वेश्चन? व्हाई डू वी नीड टू कैलकुलेट जेड स्कोर? जेड स्कोर मैंने कहाँ कैलकुलेट किया सर? आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दी मीडिएशन. मीडिएशन से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछिए सर. सो ये आपका आ गया दी. मैं आई एम कैलकुलेटिंग ए एंड एस ए, B and SB. Okay, these are the two things. So, how to get A and SA? When we use two equations, M and X. M means mediator variable, and X means independent variable. Okay. Now, E means error term. So in this equation, E means error term. Okay. Now, second, we will get the B and standard error. B means regression coefficient. So to run regression analysis with IV and mediator variable, it means, so how to get the B? So this is my uh, mediator variable, Y, it is dV, and this one is X. So we will use here multiple regression analysis. So through this equation, we will get the value B and SB. Okay. For conducting the Sobel test, we need A, SA, B, SB. And Z test should be greater than the 1.96. Z test means it's just like a T test. Okay, conduct the Sobel test. How to conduct Sobel test? It is the online computer, online test. So we will type Sobel test, online Sobel test calculator. So this type of calculator will open in our screen, and then we will put the value of the regression path coefficient of A, path coefficient of B, and then standard error of A and standard error of B, and then calculate. So we will get the value. Okay. So these are the value of the Sobel test. So how to calculate the Sobel test? So I am just showing you the Sobel test. So this is, I am sharing the screen. So, and I am typing here Sobel test calculator. Okay, calculator for significance mediation. Now when you can see here, free Sobel test calculator for significance of mediation. So this is the, you can see the page. Can you see this page? Sir, can you see this page? Sobel test calculator for significance of mediation. Okay, okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you. And now you can see, देखिए, we want the value of A. What is the value of A? It's a path coefficient between the independent variable and mediator. So we will put here, okay. And then the value of B means it's a path coefficient between mediator and variable. We will put here. And then from this equation, means bivariate regression or simple regression equation, we will get the standard error also. So we will put the value of this here and value of standard error here, okay. And then we calculate it, and after calculate we will get the result, okay. It's a hypothetical value, I did not put here. It's a पहले से ही वैल्यू था ये. So here we can see the Sobel test, the value of this is 4.81, and what is the p value? P value, it is less than 0.05. It means the indirect effect is significantly contributing. If it is not significant, then there is no impact of mediation, okay. So this is about the Sobel test. Now after the break, we will take the case study, 3 case study we will cover, where there is no mediation, partial mediation, and uh, another is full mediation, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will resume at 12, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. है ना। है ना। तो अब आशा चावला मैडम को नहीं कहा, लेकिन मैं फैकल्टी के साथ भी कोऑर्डिनेट करके क्या कर लेता हूँ सर, एक बार अपनी जूम पे एक मीटिंग शुरू कर लेता हूँ, मतलब वेबिनार शुरू कर लेता हूँ।
मैं ठीक करती हूँ, देखो कौन से कपड़े खींच के ला, मैं ठीक करती हूँ,
बिल्कुल ये तो है ही सब, ये तो है। अब देखो हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल नहीं होता, नहीं होता सर, नहीं होता। कंप्यूटर बैठेगा रात के 5 शाम तक 5 बजे तक बैठेगा, तो फिर मैंने लेकिन आपका जो आइडिया था, जो आपका आइडिया था, जो आपके वो भी बहुत सारी चीजें ना वो तो खाली बैठा थी, तो हमारे पास थोड़ी है मेरे का जवाब देना। नहीं जी नहीं है बिल्कुल सर। अब मेरा सर फैसला होगा ना, जैसे कल तो राजीव करोड़ को है ना, मान लो मेरा है तो मंडे को तो फिर मैंने कहा ऐसा है वो राजीव सर को मान लो आज शुक्रवार हो गया, उसके बाद करेंगे एक बार शनिवार की ड्यूटी होगी तो थोड़ी देर ठीक है हमारे यहाँ 23 तारीख को सोमवार को तो बुधवार को। अच्छा सर वो देखा जिसको राजीव की बात करें रोल नहीं तुम्हारी रहेगी, क्योंकि अगर आप ये कि भाई ऐसा है ना, भाई सेशन हम शुरू करते हैं 9:30 तक, आप लोग दोनों मिलके मैक्सिमम 1 बजे करो, ताकि हम 2 बजे सर्टिफिकेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की बात तो अब 1 बजे तक वो खत्म करते हैं, 2 बजे हम मेडिटेशन शुरू करते हैं, 2 बजे हम 2 बजे वो प्रोग्राम शुरू कर लें, 4 बजे तक उसको खत्म कर दें। अच्छा वो तो हाँ वो क्या बात है, 9:30 से 11:30 को अंतर बताएंगे और 12:30 1 बजे 12:30 11:30 से 12:30 अभी रिसर्च डाउट कम्युनिकेशन वगैरह तो मूल को तो 12:30 नहीं हो जाती जो फैकल्टी हो गई। हाँ 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 1 बजे खत्म सर मैं आपको एक वीडियो भेजूंगा आपको वीडियो भेजूंगा पंजाबी आती है उससे दिखा देते हैं तो बात है ठीक है और सर्टिफिकेट का फिर थोड़े दिन बाद देखेंगे कि अभी फिर तो काम ये है फिर तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं ठीक है ना बाद में हम बात करेंगे भाई वो बात और तो भी बैठती होता है ना वो तो 10-5 लोगों को कर दूंगा तो यार थोड़ी करनी है वो पूरे वीडियो फुल लग जाएगी बंदे पहले कपड़े नहीं पहना फिर ले फुल लग जाएगी उसको बात करते हैं आपको बोलेगा पहले हैंड में क्या थियरी फिल्म में अपनी अब वही किया एक काम करना क्या हुआ? How much tea? नहीं गए परसों आए तो पहले रखी थी बात गुड मॉर्निंग सर गुड मॉर्निंग सर मैं करता हूँ बात आपको बताऊंगा जरूर उस कॉलर को मेरा नंबर दे दो हाँ तो दे दो कोई दिक्कत नहीं सर मैं देखना वो कर लेंगे सेशन शुरू होने वाला है मतलब ना 12 बजे होने वाला है वो सेशन शुरू करा 10 मिनट सर उसकी ना अभी करेंगे अब मैंने बोल दिया सर अभी अभी 10 पहले अपनी 4 से बात कर रहा था मैं